Biamo tagan. Wọ́n ní pàkúté ọ̀tá ẹni ègbódò ọ̀yà. Ká mẹ́yìn lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ọ̀tún mẹ́yìn lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ sí. Ká fẹ́yìn ní délùú sẹ́yìn ẹni tí ò ní yín ni ò ní yín ni. Ẹ pé gómìnà Ṣèyí Mákindé ò ṣe nǹkan kan kò ṣe nǹkan kan. Pẹ̀lú àfojúsùn òpó mẹ́rẹ̀ ẹni tó gbé lọ́wọ́ tó ló ń sìn fún ṣe lọ. Akitiyan Ṣèyí Mákindé lójú ọ̀nà ètò ẹ̀kọ́. Ó ṣe káńsù ẹgbẹ̀rún mẹ́ta tó bí ń san lórí ọmọ kọ̀ọ̀kan. Ó ṣe ẹ̀kọ́ dọ̀fẹ́. Ó pínwé ó tún yàrá ìkàwé ṣe. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ló falẹ̀ ẹ̀kọ́ gíga LAUTECH padà di tìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́. Ètò ìlera ńkọ́. Àtúnṣe pẹ̀lú gbégbèsè ohun èlò fún ilé ìwòsàn alábọ́dé. Ẹ wo laboratory tó wà nílé ìwòsàn ní Ọ̀yọ́. Àwọn ọkọ̀ ambulance gbogbo wọ̀nyí ńkọ́. Ìgbìyànjú Ṣèyí Mákindé lórí kétò ààbò lè mú dán nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ńkọ́. Ó pèsè ọkọ̀ fáwọn agbófinró kí wọ́n máa fi yíde patrol ní tìbútòrò ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́. Operation Boss tó kó fún wọn láyé tẹ̀ ìwéré ilé àtàgọ́ rẹ̀. CCTV camera lójú pópó Ìbàdàn. Commissioning of Mobile Squadron Units lágọ̀ rẹ̀. Ṣé wàá dà bẹ́ẹ̀ kẹ́ ẹ máa gbéṣẹ́ yìí ò ṣe nǹkan kan. Nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ wa ìtẹ́tọ̀ ọ̀gbìn náà wọ ìjọba gbà. Ó ṣàgbékalẹ̀ farm estate lákòfò. Èrú àti awẹ́ lábẹ́ òsádà. Ó tún fẹ́ gbẹ̀rún lọ́nà ogún àgbẹ̀ léso kí wọ́n gbè lóko wọn. Ó mójútó ìdókòwò tó lè máa pawó wọlé fún wa nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́. Asphalt àti quarry plant níjàyè. Gbogbo ẹni tó ń ṣe sí ọ̀fọ̀ ilẹ̀ rẹ̀ báyìí nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ní kíákíá ìrọ̀rùn ló ń bá dé o. Ẹgbẹ́ gbẹ̀lẹ́gbẹ̀ owó tó gbé kalẹ̀ fún dènà COVID-19 nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́. Bó ṣe ń faná ló ń ṣọ̀nà ló ń ṣomi. Owó oṣù òjà àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ yà mọ́. Bẹ́ẹ̀ làwọn òṣìṣẹ́ fẹ̀yìntì ń gbẹ̀tọ̀ wọn déédéé. A ní ẹ̀rìn gbòòrò wò kẹ́rì iṣẹ́ tí Ṣèyí Mákindé ń ṣe ẹlẹ́ẹ̀ráyè. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́. Ṣé wàá rí báyìí pọ́lọ́wọ́ kan tẹ̀nú? Ẹ kíyè sáwọn tẹ̀m̀bẹ̀lẹ̀kọ ẹ̀dá tí wọn kì í ráṣẹ yọrí ẹlòmíì. Ẹ jẹ́ gbárùkù tí ẹnjìnìà Ṣèyí Mákindé kó kẹsẹ̀ járí. Lójú pọ̀nà àfojúsùn òkú mẹ́rẹ̀ẹ̀rin tó gbé lọ́wọ́ yìí. Ẹ̀yin ará bí ẹ fọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀.
Ẹ ò gbọ́dọ̀ o, fàjà mi àgbẹ̀ màálù.
Ìkéde ìwá láti iléeṣẹ́ ìròyìn àṣà àtìrìnàjò afẹ́ nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́.
SafeMusicList.com, royalty-free music for marketing and promotional videos. SafeMusicList.com, royalty-free music for marketing and promotional videos.
Good morning once again. Welcome you to the special edition of your favorite program, Newspaper Review on Aloore Radio, transmitted from the GSM studio at the Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism. I am Temitope Ojawo. I'm not alone this morning. I'm here with my brother.
Eneo Asuko. Thank you for joining us and we welcome you.
I call him something. You're welcome once again. Please, you can log on to our Facebook page at www.facebook.aloore radio. Also on YouTube at Aloore Radio. And our website still remains www.alooreradio.com. Our hotline is always available. Just a dial. Then you reach us on 0903-9853731. Like I said earlier, I have Nigerian Tribune with me this morning. Before we go into the details of the newspaper this morning, first to reveal the headline so that you know what it entails in Tribune and the Nation newspaper this morning. And the leading story at the very front page of Nigerian Tribune this morning says, again, Northern Elders Forum asked Buhari to resign, with a rider that says Kaduna train attack. Terrorists asking outrageous ransom from victim families. Another one said perpetrators of Plateau clearly must not be spared by Buhari. Then Nigeria bleeding over banditry, terrorism due to lack of education by ASU.
And the leading story from the front page of the Nation newspaper. More appointees resign in states over electoral acts. Governors enforce Section 8412 in Ondo, Kwara, Plateau, Akwa Ibom, others.
On PDP zoning this morning at the front page of Nigerian Tribune, and the story in details can be found on page 4 of the paper. We're not posing northern agenda. Sharaki Tambwa Muhammad.
Presidential ticket, why APC can't use consensus, page 5, The Nation.
And on page 4 of the Tribune, 2023, I won't submit myself to zoning in APC. Yaya Bello.
Still on The Nation, Terrorists ask for millions of naira ransom on train attack victims. Page 2 of the Nation newspaper.
And also on page 2 of Nigerian Tribune, Buhari direct release of 40,000 metric tons of grains says insecurity may affect food production.
Osun State, INEC clears Oyetola Adeleke, 13 others. Page 27.
Loss of river fatality rises to 90.1%, 0.681 confirmed cases in 23 states. Federal government on page 11 of Nigerian Tribune.
And from page 27, Lagos to begin issuance of driver's license.
Also on Osun Goba, Nitori election, Oyetola Adeleke Yusuf Ogubi, 11 holders will make INEC finalists.
Adamu Kyari quits Senate, page 29.
On page 30 of Nigerian Tribune, 25 killed, several missing in Benue community during night invasion.
Federal government declares April 15, 18 work-free day. Page 3.
And on this point, we're going to draw the curtain to have a short break. When we return to you, please stay tuned and enjoy us more.
ọgbà tí àṣẹ jiná lóde ìrànjẹ́ làwọn aláṣẹ ìjókòó tí wọ́n fẹ́ máa jẹ ọba ni wọ́n ṣe gàyà díẹ̀ ná ìlú ló láṣẹ ẹjẹ́ ìlú ó jẹun náà ìdí nìyí tó fi jẹ́ pé ẹ̀tọ́ ìlú là ń fowó ìlú ṣe nípìnlẹ̀ ọ̀yọ́ ẹ̀rí bí ní ètò ẹ̀kọ́ wa ṣe ń jògèrè LAUTECH ti di tìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀yọ́ ilé ìwòsàn alábọ́dé bíi 40 ló ti wẹ̀wọ̀ ọ̀tún pẹ̀lú àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ tòun tòògùn àti irinṣẹ́ tó pójú owó iṣẹ́ sì ti fẹ́ẹ̀ parí pẹ̀lú lórí 100 míì jákèjádò ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀yọ́ ààbò tó dájú ohun amáyédẹrùn ní ìṣokùnfà ìdásílẹ̀ iléeṣẹ́ ńláńlá láwùjọ òun náà nípínlẹ̀ ọ̀yọ́ fi wà nípò kẹta nínú àwọn ìpínlẹ̀ tí ń pawó wọlé jùlọ lábẹ́lé nílẹ̀ wa ọ̀pọ̀ ọ̀dọ́ ló ti láǹfààní ẹ̀kọ́ṣẹ́ iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ lọ́nà ti gbàlódé táṣeyọrí yìí ó sì jẹ́ kó ń jẹ́ sùn wá bọ̀ láìpẹ́ nípínlẹ̀ ọ̀yọ́ àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ àtòṣìṣẹ́ fẹ̀yìntì ń gbowó wọn lásìkò pápá àṣírí adámàsìngbà àtàwọn inú ojú pópó tí ń sòrú dọ̀sán ńkọ́ àwọn ìlú ti sọ pásì ìwádùn níṣèjọba yìí fi ń mọrírì gbogbo àwọn aláṣẹ gómìnà Ṣèyí Mákindé ló ń sọ fún wa pé pẹ̀lú ìṣọ̀kan wa oòrùn tó kù lókè yìí ó táṣọ gbẹ.
iléeṣẹ́ ètò ìròyìn àṣà ohun ìrìn àjò afẹ́ tìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀yọ́ ló ń kéde.
Thank you very much for staying tuned. This is Aloore Radio, where we're transmitting from the GSM studio at the Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism Secretariat Agodi, Ibadan. Don't forget you can follow us on all our social media platforms, on Facebook at Aloore Radio, on YouTube at Aloore Radio, or you visit our website on www.aloreradio.com. Now, moving on to the details of the newspaper, I'll be starting with this story from the Nation newspaper. Hoodlums kill lecturer, another in Plateau. A university lecturer and an artisan have been killed in Yankwaba area of Jos, North Council of Plateau State. The lecturer Sani Muhammad Mazadu of the Department of Psychology, Federal University, Gashau, Yobe State, and the tailor Safiyanu Said were killed on Monday during a clash between rival groups popularly known as Sarasuka. For more details, turn to page 2 of the Nation newspaper.
And on page 2 of Nigerian Tribune, again, other elders forum call for Buhari resignation. Following the persistent killing going on across the country, especially in the north, the Northern Elders Forum, NEF, has again called for the resignation of President Muhammadu Buhari. Director Publicity and Advocacy of NEF, Dr. Akim Baba Ahmed, made the call on Tuesday while commenting on the state of the nation. According to him, the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari does not appear to have answers to the challenges of security to which this nation is exposed to. We cannot continue to live and die under the dictate of killers, kidnappers, rapists, and sundry criminals groups that derive us of our right to live in peace and security. End of quote. You can read further on page 2 of Nigerian Tribune. Again, Northern Elders Forum call for Buhari's resignation.
Handcuffed Osinachi's widower denies abusing singer. Peter Nwachuku, widow of deceased gospel singer Osinachi, has denied the domestic violence allegations leveled against him. The popular singer died on Friday after allegedly being in a coma for 5 days following assault by her husband. Colleagues and children of Osinachi who was a lead singer at the Dunamis International Headquarters, Abuja, confirmed the allegations accusing Peter Nwachukwu of domestic violence and maltreatment. For more details, turn to page 2 of the Nation newspaper.
On page 2 of Nigerian Tribune, Buhari directs our group ministry to release 40,000 metric tons of grains, says insecurity may affect food production. President Muhammadu Buhari on Tuesday directed the Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, Muhammadu Abubakar, to release about 40,000 metric tons of assorted grains from the strategic grain reserve. The grain have been released to caution the affected of rising prices of commodities, especially at this festive time of Easter and Ramadan. Speaking to correspondent of the presidential villa, Abuja, after meeting with the president, the minister revealed that 12,000 metric tons will be given to the Ministry of Humanitarian, Disaster Management and Social Development for distribution, adding that it will be done along the model used during the COVID-19 lockdown. You can read more about this story on page 2 of Nigerian Tribune.
Federal government declares April 15 and 18th Easter holidays. The federal government has declared Friday, April 15 and Monday, April 18 as public holidays to mark this year Good Friday and Easter celebration. Interior Minister Rauf Aregbesola, on behalf of the federal government, announced this in a statement yesterday in Abuja. For more details, turn to page 3 of the Nation newspaper.
And still on page 2 of Nigerian Tribune, Kaduna train attack. Terrorists ask outrageous ransom from victims' family. Commissioner. Kaduna State Commissioner for Internal Security and Home Affairs, Samuel Ariwan, has said terrorists are asking families of the recent train attack hundreds of millions of nairas as ransom. Speaking at the sideline of the public lecture on security in Kaduna on Tuesday, he disclosed that the terrorists were making demand, though he did not specify how much they were asking from relatives and families of the victim. But he actually said they were asking ransom of hundreds of millions. He said, and I quote, "Don't forget, one of the victims paid 100 million naira for his release. What did they really want? In a moment, they will say they are not after money, while the next 2 minutes the terrorists will be asking for ransom." You can read further on page 2 of Nigerian Tribune.
Lawan warns multi-choice against tariff hike. Senate President Ahmad Lawan yesterday warned multi-choice Nigeria not to dare the federal government by hiking the tariffs of its products while the matter is being investigated. Lawan spoke while inaugurating a 7-member and ad hoc committee headed by Senate Deputy Chief Whip Aliyu Sabi Abdullahi to probe the matter. He stressed that foreign operators should not take Nigeria for granted. For more details, turn to page 3 of the Nation newspaper.
Also on page 3 of Nigerian Tribune, reps to investigate alleged disappearance of FJ transit buses in FCT. The House of Representatives has resolved to investigate alleged disappearance of transit buses provided by the federal government for transport service within the Federal Capital Territory (FCT). According to the news agency of Nigeria, NAN, this followed the adoption of a motion by Ikenna Elezehaya at the plenary on Tuesday in Abuja. Moving the motion, he noted that the provision of the long buses in Abuja, apart from creating jobs and generating revenue, was targeted at alleviating the suffering of the citizens. He added that the provision of the buses was designed to ease the commuting challenges of civic and public servants to and fro from their offices to ensure effective discharge of their duties. Reps to investigate alleged disappearance of federal government transit buses in FCT. Page 3 of Nigerian Tribune.
Wike to delegates, compensate me for sustaining PDP. Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike says the 2023 presidential election is the right opportunity for him to be compensated for keeping the People's Democratic Party afloat. Wike therefore tasked delegates to the May 28 to 29 primaries of the opposition party to ensure that he did not miss the chance of clinching the presidential ticket. He spoke with the Imo PDP delegates just as a former Senate President, Bukola Saraki, reiterated yesterday that northern PDP presidential aspirants of the PDP were ready to back a consensus candidate. For For more details, turn to page 4 of the Nation newspaper.
Also on page 4 of Nigerian Tribune this morning is a story about Osun gubernatorial. Oyetola, Adeleke, Yusuf, Ogubiyi, 11 others make finalist. Ahead of the July 16 date for the Osun State governorship election, the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) on Tuesday released what is called the final list of the 15 governorship candidates and their running mates eligible for the exercise. The list cited by Nigerian Tribune featured names of incumbent governor and candidate of All Progressive Congress Adegboyega Oyetola and his running mate Benedict Alabi. Also clear as eligible for the contest was the PDP candidate Adedamola Nuruddin Adeleke, his running mate Kola Adewus and 13 others candidates. Former Deputy Speaker of Representatives Honorable Lasun Yusuf, who dumped the APC after the primary that produced Governor Oyetola, emerged as the candidate of the Labour Party, with Adeola Adekunle Atodo as his running mate. According to the field, Akede Ogubiyi as candidate with Ijimo Mukaila Adekunle as the running mate. A statement signed by Festus Okoye, National Commissioner and Chairman Information and Photos Education Committee of the Commission, enjoin any political party which observes that names of its candidates were made to notify it not later than 90 days of the election. Please read further on page 4 of Nigerian Tribune.
Northern Elders ask Buhari to resign. The Northern Elders Forum asked President Buhari to resign for failing to provide security. Its Director of Publicity and Advocacy, Dr. Hakim Baba Ahmed, in a statement said Nigerians have shed enough tears over killings and have become a daily feature. The statement reads in part, the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari does not appear to have answers to the challenges of security to which we are exposed. We cannot continue to live and die under the dictates of killers, kidnappers, rapists, and sundry criminal groups that have deprived us of our right to live in peace and security. For more details, turn to page 4 of the Nation newspaper.
And also on page 4 of Nigerian Tribune. PDP zoning, we are not pursuing northern agenda. Saraki Sampua Muhammad. The group of northern presidential aspirants under the People's Democratic Party (PDP) presently holding consultation with stakeholders and being coordinated by former president of the Zenith, Dr. Bukola Saraki, has dismissed suggestion that it's trying to get consensus to pave way for a northern presidential candidate. The group made up of Saraki, Governor Aminu Tambuwa Sokoto, and Bola Muhammad Bauchi, as well as Mohammed Hayatu. They met with Governor Inve Igwenyi of Enugu State at his lodge in Asokoro, Abuja on Tuesday, as the Sultan is buying in the move to reach consensus on the zoning of PDP presidential tickets for next year general election. Please read further page 4 of Nigerian Tribune.
2023 Igbo Delegates Assembly ask APC PDP to zone president to southeast. The Igbo Delegates Assembly in the 19 northern states and the Federal Capital Territory has again urged the All Progressive Congress and the People's Democratic Party and other political parties in the country to zone their presidential slot to the southeast. The Igbo Delegates Assembly comprises executive members from in the 19 northern states and the FCT, Ndieze Igbo, Northern Hausa leaders, as well as critical and eminent Igbo stakeholders in the north. The appeal was contained in a statement by the Assembly at the end of its meeting in Abuja yesterday. For more details, turn to page 5 of the Nation newspaper.
On page 16 of Nigerian Tribune. Nigeria bleeding over banditry, terrorism due to lack of education, says HASU. The Academic Staff Union of University, HASU, on Tuesday said that the country is currently bleeding over banditry, terrorism, and other security challenges due to lack of education. The union stated this in the text of a press conference held by the Lagos University head at the Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta. The zone comprises Olabisi Onabanjo University, Hohoyu, Agoiwe, Tasholari University of Education, Tasue, University of Lagos, and Funab. The coordinator of the zone, Adela Jodikoya, noted that the political class are continuing to show signs of insecurity due to criminal neglect of education sector. Please read further on page 16 of Nigerian Tribune.
Still on the Nation newspaper, Lagos to begin issuance of driver's license soon, says Commissioner. Lagos State government may begin the issuance of driver's license soon. The Commissioner for Transportation, Dr. Frederick Oladende, said yesterday, speaking during his first interactive session with reporters held at the ministry's boardroom. The Commissioner said the new license was the outcome of years of engagement between the state government and the Federal Road Safety Corps. For more details, turn to page 27 of the Nation newspaper.
On page 22 of Nigerian Tribune this morning says, APC National Chairman, Deputy resigned from Senate. The National Chairman of the All Progressive Congress, APC, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, on Tuesday formally resigned as the senator representing Nasarawa West Senatorial District. This was just as the newly elected Deputy National Chairman, North, Abubakar Kyari, also tendered his resignation as the lawmaker representing Borno North Senatorial District. The resignation letter of both lawmakers were read by the Senate President Ahmad Lawan during the plenary on Tuesday. Adamu, on his election as National Chairman of the All Progressive Congress, APC, chaired the Committee on Agriculture and Rural Development, while Kyari was the Chairman of the Committee on Federal Capital Territory. Please read further on page 22 of Nigerian Tribune.
Amechi most qualified to be president, says Emir of Dutse. The Emir of Dutse, Alhaji Nuhu Muhammadu Sanusi, has said Transportation Minister Rotimi Amechi is the best man to become the next president. The Emir said his convictions were predicated on Amechi's performances as a former governor of Rivers State and as a minister. Emir Sanusi spoke at his palace yesterday in Dutse, the Jigawa state capital, when he hosted Amechi as part of the minister's consultations in the north. For more details, turn to page 29 of the Nation newspaper.
On page 30 of today's edition of Nigerian Tribune, 25 killed, several missing in Benue community after night invasion by herders. Suspected armed herders on Monday night stormed various communities in 3 local government areas of Benue State and murdered 25 people. Several people were also injured during the attacks, while others were abducted. The invading herder was said to have unleashed terror on Guma, Logo, and Saka local government areas simultaneously. Please read further on page 30 of Nigerian Tribune.
APC Chair Adamu, Deputy Chair Kyari quit Senate. All Progressives Congress National Chairman Abdullahi Adamu and the party's Deputy Chairman Abubakar Kyari resigned yesterday from the Senate. In separate letters read by Senate President Ahmad Lawan in the upper chamber, the duo from Nasarawa and Borno states said the action became necessary following their emergence as national officers of the ruling party. For more details, turn to page 29 of the Nation newspaper.
Still on page 30 of Nigerian Tribune, truck driver crushes Okada man to death in Oyo. A truck driver, Kabiru Jimona, has been arrested by the Oyo State Police Command after he was accused of crushing a tailor, Oluokun Shogo, who was riding a motorcycle to death on Monday on Abala Ogumake Road in Oluyole local government area. The incident reportedly occurred at about 10:15 a.m. when Shogo was on his way to Ogumake from his Akodi community to pick up an item from his shop as part of preparation for his paternal grandmother's 80-day burial ceremony. Read further on page 30 of Nigerian Tribune.
And for my last story, Obi, I am in race to transform Nigeria. People's Democratic Party presidential aspirant Peter Obi was yesterday in Lagos to canvass support for his ambition among party members. He visited the Lagos PDP leader Chief Bode George, who called for power shift to the opposition in 2023. Obi said Nigeria deserved a better leadership next year, urging the people to guard their loins. For more details, turn to page 29 of the Nation newspaper.
And just before we go, one more story from Tribune newspaper this morning says, one killed in court attack in Aloore. One person was killed during a court attack at Ojagboro Junction in Aloore Metropolis on Monday night. The newspaper gathered that the victim, who was found in the pool of his blood, had a gunshot wound to the head. Substance suspected to be in the air was also found in one of the pockets of the yet-to-be-identified victim when a search was conducted to know his identity. The incident, which was confirmed by the State Police Public Relations Officer Okesomi Ajayi, created fear in residents of the state capital, especially during the holy months of Ramadan. The police spokesperson said the State Commissioner of Police on Tuesday, Azayomo Frana, on the court killing, added that the police boss had ordered that the perpetrator be arrested and prosecuted. And on this note, we're going to call it a day on our program, Newspaper Review for this morning. Join us the same time, the same station tomorrow, where we'll be reviewing another edition of the dailies we do. Till then, hi, I'm Temitope Ojo. I said, please stay tuned and enjoy more of our stations. Thank you.
And before we go, don't forget you can still follow us on all our social media platforms, on Facebook at Aloore Radio, on YouTube at Aloore Radio, or you visit our website on www.aloreradio.com, or you can give us a call on 090-398-53731. Once again, my name is Eneyo Asupo. Thank you for joining us and do have a good day.
Bye.